where Theo Pinson was signed to the New York Knicks. New York Knicks making quite the Knicks deal, signing Theo Pinson, an undrafted bottom feeder in the NBA, for an up-and-coming star who is also undrafted, but he's also a fucking stud in ISO Zoe. Why the fuck would you cut him? It's just such a Knicks move. I'm not surprised, but like I just feel so bad for Knicks fans.
Do you think Theo Pinson?
Oh, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Just no.
Theo Pinson has a locker room presence unlike no other.
God, yeah.
Okay, guys, I know I sound stupid right now, but come on. You know the chemistry.
It's not like they're trying to win anyways.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, look, the way I see it, the Knicks keep doing what they're doing. They're not. We've talked about how we've always discussed what do the Knicks need to do to become a championship contender. The answer really is
Dolan out of there, please. They've made every right move involving front office except for getting rid of Dolan. Yeah. Dolan is the thing holding them back. There's just so much wrong with their management, even though they hired so many great people in their management this offseason.
David Fitzdale, he was a good coach.
Fitzdale was a good coach. They just have a terrible team. They can't expect him to win with a terrible team. A team with 4 power forwards making $15+ million a year. You're not supposed to be able to win with that. Taj Gibson starting as your power forward, you're not going to win, especially not in New York. If you're in New York, if you're the general manager in New York, you should be saddened by yourself because you're not winning. You're in New York. People should want to come to you, but they don't. Because you just are a joke of a franchise. How have you been in New York this long and you haven't won a championship?
Theo Pinson was averaging
it's a joke.
Around 25 in the G League.
Whoa, man, the G League, man.
Yeah, don't count.
Whoa, man.
That was a dumb. Don't get me wrong. That was a dumb move. Trier is a young star. I agree with that.
Trier.
But Theo Pinson is known for his celebrations. This is biased, of course. I know I'm being biased, but you know what? Theo Pinson, I love the guy. Look, he's an underrated playmaker. I think if you give him minutes, he could do something useful. You know, he's not a great scorer. Actually, you know what? He's not.
Yeah, he's not a great scorer.
He's not worth cheer, but don't count him out yet. He can do something. He can contribute.
He can contribute to a failing Knicks team. But that's all he can do, because anybody can contribute to a Knicks team. That's why Damian Dotson had such a good run this season.
Exactly.
But Alonzo Trier, when they actually gave him minutes, which for some reason they stopped giving him minutes, was a stud, and he proved he's a stud. It's just such a stupid move.
This
and
isn't
even
a
though
problem
it's
with the GM. The minutes isn't a problem with the GM.
It's the coach.
It's
just the entire franchise. The entire franchise is a joke, and it always has been. They haven't had. When were they not a joke? I mean, Patrick Ewing days were fun, but that was a while ago.
Back when they had Carmelo and Jalen.
That was still a joke of a team because they had so much on that team and they still couldn't win.
Okay,
if you're in New York and you can't win,
they weren't a joke of a team. Yes, they did. They underachieved. But
the fact that you've been in New York for this long and you haven't won is just disgusting to me.
Ben. They had that team that they had with Tyson Chandler and Amari Stoudemire. That was an amazing team. But yeah, they underachieved. I wouldn't even the underachieved. I wouldn't call them a joke because they're like second in the East. They were the Heat.
They're behind the Bulls.
That was 2012. Yeah, but like, don't get me wrong. Of course, Carmelo, like
I mean, obviously Carmelo is a great player, but he clearly had no intention of winning. That's why he didn't leave. That's why he didn't leave for Miami with Dwayne Wade and LeBron wanted to team up with Carmelo in that free agency. But Carmelo chose a bag over winning a championship, and that's what Carmelo Anthony has always been about. He's not a winner, and that's why drafting RJ Barrett was a mistake, because he's not a winner unless you're going to trade him, because... also, they're going to draft Cole Anthony this year, and he's not going to win. He's going to get stats. They're two Carmelo-worthy players. All they want to do is score, and they don't want to win.
He's going to get stats on a 36% shooting.
Yeah.
He's going to... Okay, I've said this time and time again. RJ Barrett, I think Ben criminally, just hates him because of the way he choked.
He chokes, and he doesn't care about winning. That's why he always wanted the last shot for Duke, because if you're RJ Barrett, I know your ego's high. I know your daddy and your AAU coach told you were the greatest in the world, but you weren't. Zion is better than you, and he always was. That's why he shouldn't have been taking the last shots, and he forced those last shots. He held the ball to the last shots.
He was the second best player in the draft.
No.
Yeah, he is.
That's not true.
Yeah, who was
John
better?
Morant.
John Morant.
John Morant is better than...
I think RJ's better.
That is not true.
You forget that RJ is the best scorer in the draft, skill-wise.
He's better at scoring in New York.
When he gets to his left, he's unstoppable. Don't get me wrong.
There is no circumstance where he is the second best player in this draft. None at all. There's no excuse for saying that. It goes Zion, it goes Ja, and then it goes everybody else in that draft class.
Not now, but I think, mark my words, I think RJ can be better than Ja.
I think he has the possibility, but he won't because he doesn't care about winning. He just wants to put up empty stats in New York, and that's why it's such a perfect place for him because they're a joke of a franchise. That's why they dropped off Iso and they signed a bottom feeder of the NBA in Theo Pinson. I feel great for the guy they got signed, but it was such a dumb move by the Knicks, and I don't expect any less. I feel bad for my Knicks fans out there. I feel bad for Stephen A. Smith. I feel bad for Hunter Closty. I feel bad for everybody that I know that cheers for the Knicks because your franchise is a joke.